Hello, hello friends, welcome. I'm Robin with Zimmy Simple Designs. If you see the red live light, you've caught me live. If not, you're watching the replay. Please type in hashtag replay, say hello, tell me where you're watching from. Uh-oh, okay. Let me know if you're new. Oh no. Yeah, it says I'm live. Okay, there I am. I was starting to panic there for a minute. I thought I'd gone live on my personal page. I was like, oh my gosh. So when you come in, say hello. Let me know if you're new so I can welcome you to my page. And yes, I'm a scatterbrain today. So I apologize. See. Hi, Tracy. Let's see. Get some. I'm not seeing comments yet. And I'm not ignoring everybody. I'm just trying to get myself sprinkled out to all the places I'm allowed. I am excited for this Friday's Fun Friday event. If you're just hopping on, this is my segment in Craft Around the Clock. Hi, Lori. Yeah. Okay, people are starting to come on. There we go. There's a couple. Looking for one. I usually sprinkle into. I'm not seeing it. Oh well. Okay, we're good. We're good. Hi, Stoner Creek Creations Custom Wood Crafts. Well, welcome. Hello, hello. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Glenna. How are you? I don't know your name. Stoner Creek Creations. If you've told me your name, I don't remember it, and I apologize. Thank you for sprinkling, Sherry. I appreciate it. We're going to make a tree today. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but yeah. You're from Ohio. Hi, Donna. Welcome. Hi, Kim. So I was given this surface, and it was actually, there's two of them, and they were connected. Hi, Fatima. And they were painted with, hi, Linda. Hi, Sarah. I'm doing good today. Sherry. Well, welcome, Sherry. They were painted with black chalkboard paint. So they were like a chalkboard, and there was two of them this size, and like I said, they were connected. I'm just using one of them. I've sanded it off, so we're going to paint it, and I'm going to make a Christmas tree, and I'm making the Christmas tree out of a yardstick. You guys remember yardsticks? You know, you could get them like at the hardware store for free. They would hand them out. That's what I'm making my Christmas tree out of. For some reason, I saw them. I had a bunch of them. And I've used part of them. And I have what's left. Hi, Lori. Anyway, I seen them over there in the corner in my craft room. And I thought, oh, those might make a cute Christmas tree. So I'm going to paint this. And I'm going to chippy it in green. So I'm going to paint it in the Pinkator Buttercream chalk paint. And I'm going to sand it. And actually, I'm debating. You know what? I think I might wax this and chippy it. Missing the beautiful weather. Yes, Sarah, so am I. So am I. Did you? Well, it was the perfect weekend to get it done, wasn't it? It was very nice here this weekend. And now it's cold again. And it's not going to get warm again for a while. So I just have a votive candle. I get these votive candles at Dollar Tree. They come in a package of like 6 or 8. And that's what I'm using on this board to get it chippy. I decided to do a chippy look. And then I'm going to take some green and I'm going to add some more chippy to it. Only I'm going to use my paint palette and you know, do it that way. So let's get a paintbrush. Hi, Donna. All right. So I have had a crazy busy morning. Yeah. Well, I had to get my husband set up. We have some wood kits he's got to cut out. And so we have he did like a paper, like an inventory list of all of our wood kits. Hi, Sharon. And I mark it. I make copies of it and mark it. And they're numbered. Because he cuts all of our, hi, Tanya. All of our patterns he's cut out of wood. So we have these wood patterns that he uses. Dang, I'm making a big mess on the back. I may have to paint both sides to clean it up. And then we numbered the patterns. And then he'll know. And then I just mark how many we need of whatever wood kit needs to be cut. Well, we got a lot of, the gingerbreads are really popular this year. I've had them since last year. And I sold a few. But for some reason this year, they're really popular. So I've been selling a lot of them. And then I had some orders on a few others. So he's going to be busy for a while, which means I'm going to be busy because I will have to sand all of it. Hey, Brenda. Because he does the cutting and I do the sanding. And I might have to do it in 2 days, so. Which is fine. So tomorrow I'm going to try and get some stuff done that I didn't get done today. I got tied up doing something else, and yeah. Of course, I had to run. I was in a benefit over the weekend on Friday, and I did an angel, and I had to get her shipped out to her new home. And the lady that's got it, hey, Kimberly, said she was going to put the angel, set it on the stand next to the picture of her niece who passed away a year ago. And that really touched my heart. That was really special to me to hear that she was going to do that. I thought that was very special. So I got it mailed out to her. So I'm going to dry this. I wasn't going to, but I'm going to paint the back of it because I made a mess of it. But this will be the front. Yeah, I understand. I understand, Sarah. It's like I can't ever catch up. And lately, for some reason, my brain has been in overdrive with crafting. It's like I start one project and I think, oh, I want to do this. And then I get stuff out for that. I've got like 4 or 5, 6 projects over here that I'm going to do. And yeah. Hey, Crafty Hawk Mom, how are you? I have to tell you guys this. The other day, my husband's going to a Christmas party, and he's got to take something. And he came, I was telling him that dinner was ready. And he came in carrying his phone. And he said, hey, I'm trying to get this recipe for Chex Mix. He said I looked at him and I said, you do realize you can buy that already made, right? You can? Yeah, they have it ready made if you want. Hi, Gail. He's like, I didn't know that. I said, yeah, you can. I said, and you can even buy the little pre-made packet if you want of the seasonings. He's like, wow, I did not know that. He says, I guess that's what I'm going to do. I'll just go buy the pre-made stuff. Oh, I was like, I thought he knew that. I could have sworn we bought some one time. But maybe not. Maybe it was something else we got. But it cracked me up. Hi, Diane. Yeah, there are. And I'm already thinking about decorating. My husband won't let me decorate right now. He says it's too early, not till after Thanksgiving. So I'm really in the mood this year to decorate for Christmas. This is the first year in a while I have felt like it. So I am going to decorate. I have to do it by myself, but that's okay. That'll be okay. I don't get a whole lot on, and I only have one tree. You didn't know that either, Kim? Oh, wow, I thought everybody knew that. Well, maybe not, because the only reason I know is because I used to be an online shopper at a grocery store. And, of course, we would get a lot of customers, especially around this time of the year, would buy it. So or they bought the pre-mixed packet, So that's kind of how I knew, so. All right. Hey, Kim, how are you? All right, so we got this painted. This is the side I waxed. So, hey, Peg, how are you? All right, so I've chipped this. I got mine. We'll see how this, sometimes this wood, I don't know. I may have to use my sander. It's not really chipping as much as I wanted it to. I wasn't sure about it. I don't know, this wood, for some reason, this, of course it's that MDF, and what's going on? What am I missing? Who's decorated and, oh my gosh, Brenda, you? You are? Wow, that's awesome. when my mom was alive and her and my dad were still together, she started shopping right after Christmas for the next year. So by the time Christmas came along, she was all done. So for years, she did that. I always say I'm going to, and then I never do. Always say, I'm going to start, and then I never do it. Okay, I'm going to take this towel and brush this off. And I forgot to do, oh, lovely. I just wiped it all over my pants. I forgot to do the ends. So I'm going to sand these really quick. I'm going to put a wire hanger. This had like a jute rope hanger on it to hang it. So I'm going to just, okay. I just broke my nail. Oops. Okay. So I'm going to use, oh, really? Wow, Sarah, you stay busy, don't you? Okay, I'm going to use the Spanish moss, or the Spanish, yes, the chalk, the home decor chalk paint in Spanish moss. And I'm going to use my little paint palette here, and we're going to add some of this to my board. I wanted to bring some green in, but I didn't want it all green. So I was going to do this. My dog is making noise again, which is nothing new. Nothing new. That's her. Oh. I'm just dipping this in the lid and getting some paint on it. Oh, I imagine so, Brenda. I would imagine so. Because, I mean, the holidays come around and it's like all the women want to get their hair done, make sure it's cut, make sure whatever, you know, perms, all that stuff for parties. And I would imagine. Okay, that's about all I want. So there's my surface. So chippied it with the green. I like that. I didn't want a whole lot, but I wanted to get some green in here. Hey, Judy. Dry this real quick. Dry this spot, otherwise I'm gonna have my arm in it. And, okay, I'm gonna see if I can just wipe this off there, and I won't have to use a wipe. All right, so I've got my pieces, and you should have seen my husband helped me do this, and he had to measure it all out, find the center of the board, the hole, and yeah. And I'm standing there looking at him going, and I just told him, I says, do realize that if I could use your saw to cut this, I wouldn't be doing this. I would just be cutting. I mean, he just looked at me like, okay. Hi, Cynthia. Okay. So we got our board, and I wanted to leave them just like they are. I didn't want to paint over them. I didn't want to stain them. Nothing. So what I'm also going to do, and I'm not sure if I can get these to lay down, I wanted to put this pitberry stuff in between, to glue them down in between. And I'm hoping this is going to work. So there will be a yardstick, and then some pitberries, and then another yardstick and some pitberries. And I've got till we get to the top, and then I'm going to make a bow. I have paint all over me, which is not a surprise. And I'm hoping this is going to work. Like I said, I'm not sure about this because my board isn't, I do have staples, my stapler, but even the smallest staple I have would go through the board. And so I can't use staplers or staples. And this one, and then this one. Now, wouldn't this be cute idea if you have somebody in your family that's a teacher, or somebody a friend or somebody? That's kind of what I thought of when I thought of this. Hi, Mary. I might have to shorten that one right there. And then the pitberries. Like that. Just like that. Okay. So, and then the other thing I did was I cut a cardinal out of cardboard, but I'm not sure, this may be too big, and I thought I would put him down in here. So, but what do you guys think? You just found a yardstick with your nice thing. Oh, wow, Mary. Hi, Kefany. I love you, big. Hey, Criselda. Okay, let's start gluing. And I'm going to move this clear to the end. And these were shiny. I don't know, what did I do with the piece? Okay, no, this one's not. They have a shine. Actually, I can show you. I don't know if you guys can see. They have kind of a shine to them, and I didn't like that. So I took my Paint Couture Dead Flat Top Coat and painted the tops of them and took that shine away. But you wouldn't have to do that. Thank you, Lori. Okay, let's get going. And I'm going to use my Speed Set Tite Bond. All right. We're going to just eyeball this. And they've even got, looks like somehow they got paint. And these may have even been from an insurance company because some of them say has the name of an insurance company here in Iowa. You guys remember? Do you guys remember when you could go into the hardware store and get a yardstick? Do any of you remember that? Or is it just me? Okay. Thank you. Diane, hi. This, Diane, I just got this not too long ago. Now, the downside to using this one versus the Quick and Thick is that this is for interior use only. So if you're making something that you want to put outside, I would not recommend you use this. But for all of your inside projects, this does dry pretty quick. But like I said, if you're doing something for outside, I would stick to the type on Quick and Thick. I went to the flea market and they had a bunch for sale. Oh, they did. They're vintage. I know, Sarah. Don't you? It's like, I'm not that old. How can something that I remember from my childhood be a vintage now? I don't understand that. Because I'm not that old. I'm really not that old. I'm just going to kind of push this up so I can see. Let's see if I can get some glue on here. Uh-oh. Well, I just lost berries. It'll be all right. So I'm going to get some glue. I'm going to glue this, or add some glue to this. Now this will dry clear, so you're not going to be able to see it. Just going to kind of go down this and see. And hopefully this works for me. I'm going to hold it here where I want it. And hopefully this is going to work. Now, if you're putting this on a board that's thicker than mine, I would maybe suggest you, if you have a stapler, to use a stapler. And if my board was thicker, I definitely would just put a couple staples in there just to make sure it's going to stay. Now, so far, this is staying down. It's staying for me. Perfect. Okay. We're going to go with the next one. Okay, I only got 15 minutes, so this may be all I get done. I don't know. I'm going to try and hurry. But what do you guys think about the cardinal? Do you think that, or do you think that's too big? Add in our little cardinal. I haven't painted it. I'd have to paint it, but it's staying so far. The pit berries, so, well, that's a little much. I don't think I need quite that much glue. Hi, Mary, with Ocean Breeze and Me. Thank you, Joan. You were born in 71, Tiffany? Wow. I am old. I was born in 62. Okay, this one's not staying for me for some reason. Okay. That was Sasquatch walking through. Okay. For some reason, this one's not wanting to stay for me. Okay, let's try and add a little more glue and see if that... Okay, come on, guys. Please stay for me. Thank you, Stephanie. How are you? You plead the fifth birthday. You were born in 64? Okay. No, we're not old, are we? Linda was born in 60. I was born in 62, and my husband was born in 58. And we're not old. No, I'm not old. You're born in 77, Sarah. I have a niece that was born in 79, 79, I think. And a nephew. All right, now it's staying. I got enough glue on there now. You were born in 62, Kim? Yeah, we're not old. We're not old. My husband's over in here clearing his throat. He's giving me a hard time. Oh. It's funny, though, because he'll ask me if I remember something, some show or, you know, something, and I'll say, no, I don't remember that. I said, but you were born in 65, and I had to tell him, you were born in 59, Kim? Yeah, my husband was born in 58. And Shelley, you were born 62? Yeah, that was a good year, wasn't it? But anyway, and I'll tell him, well, especially like when programs, you know, like TV shows or something, he'll ask me about it, and I'll say, well, I don't remember it. But I have to tell him that, you know, I had a bedtime. I was younger than him, and I had to be bed, you know, my bedtime was like 8 o'clock. So some of those shows, if they were on at 8:30, 9, I did not see them because I was in bed. I don't think I got this very even. I'm chatting away here. Oops. All right, what do we got going on here? All right, hopefully it's going to stay. Come on. Is it? Well, happy birthday to your daughter. My oldest was born in 84. I had to think about it. I almost said 82, and that wasn't right. He was born in 84. And my youngest was born in 91. And then I've got another son, because my oldest is a son, and then my middle son was born in 85. Had things been planned the way we wanted, my oldest would have been born way before then, but that was not to happen. It took us 3 years for me to get pregnant finally. We had almost given up that we were going to have children, because we'd been trying for 3 years. And now to know, and then finally I got pregnant. So it took us a while. So we wanted our children to, you know, our next one to be 2 years, them to be 2 years apart. You graduated high school in 84, Sharon? I graduated, hi Colleen, I graduated in 1980. So, because it took me so long to get pregnant with the first, we figured, okay, we'll start soon, you know. I think this is crooked. I'm going to hold this up a minute. This one went crooked. There we go. Well, I got pregnant a lot sooner than we had expected. So they are only, they should be 18 months apart. But my middle son decided he didn't want to wait that long, and he came 6 weeks early. So they're only 17 months apart. It took 14, really. Yeah. I mean, I know it's some people, you know, like you, Kefany, 14 years. I know there's a lot of women. Hey, no. No. Dolly, that's enough. No. That it takes, you know, it's been longer than that. I know that. But hello, Anne. Welcome. Your brother was, oh, really? My husband has an aunt that's only 2 years older than him. She's the same age as my husband's sister. My mother-in-law got pregnant with her second child and soon found out that her mother-in-law was expecting. So they don't call her aunt because they're, you know, the same age. I mean, basically the same age. Oh, it is? I did not know that. Yeah, he was 6 weeks early. And fortunately, his heart and lungs were fully developed. So we were, and back when I had him prematurely, they didn't have all the premature diapers and all the things, you know, that they have now. Okay, I only got a few minutes to get this done. Oh, so we're going to get this top one on there. And so far, these berries are staying for me. Okay. We were all angels, though, weren't we, Stephanie? Oh, really, Joan? Hi, Tina. Oh, my oldest, I have grandchildren. I have 5 grandchildren. That's all I will have. 3 are from my daughter, and the other 2 are from my middle son. And our oldest son and his wife cannot have children. So they have fur babies too. I have 2 granddogs. So that's what it's looking like so far. It's very unique. I'm liking it. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that, like, once I paint this, of course, it's hard to say. If I paint this, what do you think? The cardinal? You like that? With the cardinal on there, once I paint it, you know. And the other thing I was thinking to add, well, come on, were, you like the cardinal, Cynthia? Emma was born 8 pounds. She just turned 20 last Friday, healthy as can be. Oh, yeah. Oh, 8 ounces. Oh, wow. She was smaller than mine. He weighed about 4.5 pounds is what he weighed. You like the, oh, you guys liked it? Okay, I'll put that on there. The other thing I was thinking about adding are these rusty bells on here. Not like a whole lot, just a few. Kind of like this. On there, just, you know, just a few. I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know if I can pick it up. Can you guys see that? But I'm going to add the bow is going to be the star. You love the cardinal, Diane? My youngest was 2 months early, 5 pounds, and not breathe. Oh, yeah, mine is, he's fine. He's, you know, was 41 this year. No, 40 this year. So he, you know, he luckily only spent, well, he got out a week after he was born. He was released from the hospital. We were lucky there. But he was only home for a week, and then he was back in the hospital for 2 weeks because he had a urinary tract infection and wasn't gaining any weight. And so, and they, due to the urinary tract infection, and of course they had to put him on a feeding schedule. And, you know, I had a son, and, you know, he says, it's going to be hard on you to get up every 2 hours. And he says, that's what we're going to put him on, is a feeding schedule of every 2 hours. So by the time he was released the second time, it was every 4 hours. So, and I had to set an alarm and actually get up with him and feed him every 4 hours. So it was tough those first few months. Between him and my other son and a husband, it was a rough go, I'll tell you. You like the bells? You guys like the bells? My mom had my twin sister and in 57 and went full term. Oh, wow, that's amazing. Oh, were you, Sharon? Really? I would imagine. I would imagine. Well, I lived in a very small town when I was pregnant with him. And, but my OBGYN was in a bigger town. It was down in the valley. And I was starting to have some issues with carrying him. So I wound up, in fact, I was in labor. And so my sister-in-law took me down there. And we went to the hospital down there because that's where another physician where I was at examined me. And he recommended that I go to down to the valley where my OBGYN is and get checked out. I think he suspected that maybe I might have him early, and that hospital there would never have, he would have been automatically flown down to another hospital. So, yeah, so I got lucky there when I had him. I wound up being where I should be. So, yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to finish this up. I'm going to paint my little cardinal. And this is what I'm going to use. I'm going to add that red and this green into the bow. And that's going to be my star. So I'm going to get mine. Anyway, guys, stay and craft around the clock. I don't know who's up next, but I'm sure they're going to make something amazing. And you guys, I will be in the Fun Friday this week. I'm excited. It's Dollar Tree Christmas, and I'm very excited about it. So you guys have a wonderful, blessed rest of your day. And if I don't come on before then, I'll see you then.